Hi, it's me again with Corel Draw Tips and Tricks. And somebody sent me this logo, and there is a red internal line that they're trying to get rid of. And I don't know if they're going to cut this out. I don't understand the black background. But I immediately noticed his nudge or duplicate distance is 0.25 by 0.25, and that could cause a problem. Our logo is not quite 8 inches tall or wide, so we're going to make we'll make it 10 inches, get it out of the way. We're going to select everything and Control D and make a duplicate. And then that way, if you've messed up, you've still got your working model. Now we can look at things, and I don't understand the black box, but that's neither here nor there. And also, if we bring in a yellow box and put it to the back of the page, you've got some white fill that maybe shouldn't be there, but I have checked and they are. Let's break that apart. Arrange, ungroup, and your white is an RGB, so it should not engrave anyway, but I always take that out, and there are several ways around there. But I wasn't really going to make a video on this, but there's some other problems that might help you or help them. Help him. I'm going to nudge this whole thing over, and we need to get rid of that internal red line. I'm guessing he's going to cut this out, but he doesn't want the red line there. So then you go and arrange, and I'm going to break text apart because it's still a text. Then I'm going to click on it again. I'm going to go to arrange, and I'm going to break curve apart. And what that did, that block that out. So let's move our rectangle over and let's move our new inside out of the way. So we've gotten rid of the red hairline around the center because it's over here now. We're not going to need that anymore. And we're going to Control G and group that together, and we're going to nudge it over and we're going to put it in the back of the page. But I see a problem with we've lost the Kansas City up there. So let me think here a second what I'm doing wrong. Let's take away our yellow box for a second. There we go. So basically it's done, if that's what he's wanting. I'm still not 100% sure of the black box. If you're going to engrave this, you would only want this engraved. If you want it, you could actually most definitely bring it back in. But you do have, and just to check to see what that line is, you could go and ungroup all objects, and you do have, it's a 1/2 point red line. That's not going to cut. It's not going to really engrave. So if you're going to engrave that and cut it out, you would need to change this to a hairline. And now you have a hairline around that item if that's your plan. If not, you could just go back to where you were. But we're going to nudge that back over. And that's basically it. But I'd kind of like to show you how to get rid of that white background. And you can't just move it out of the way. I moved it too far. But what you can do is take that and have no fill and put an outline, and just holding down the shift key, selecting all these items. These are probably separate S's, and also do the sport. I don't know if that's grouped together or not. It's kind of hard sometimes when you're working on somebody else's project. You don't know how it's been built. And we're actually going to do the white line too. And then we're going to put no fill and put a hairline. And I missed this one, so put no fill hairline. And I need to change this back to red. I accidentally hit yellow. And then what you could do is take this and nudge it over, and there's your white. take this and let's nudge it down, and then move that down, and take your Smart Fill tool and fill all that in. So now you have a, let's bring in a yellow box, put it to the back of the page. Now you have a transparent background that will not engrave for sure on anything. I don't care what machine or whatever, because it's not really there. And what I would suggest to do is then take this one red line, and let's nudge it out of the way for a second. Let's take all this and right click no outline, because you do not want that to cut out, and you don't really want this to cut out, but it is a half a point, so it's not going to really cut out. But we'll make it black just for instance. And then we need to bring this back in. This is getting a little difficult. Tell you what, let's leave it back to where it was. Let's left click it and right click it red. Let's move it up. And then we can fill in this other part with black. And you've really got your logo, with the exception of that Kansas City. And I would see, when you use a Smart Fill tool, it only filled it in to that yellow box. So let's use the Smart Fill tool again, fill in that black, and then fill in these voids. And you still have a white background. And I don't know what that is right there. You got a little hiccup. Let's just take that away. So what I would do is do the same thing on the Kansas City. Maybe we can select all these. Left click. Well, there we go. So what we need to do is take this A. Let's change our nudge distance just like to 2 inches. Let's take this A, nudge it up, take that part of the A and nudge it up, and then select these and put no fill, and then take these two and just nudge them back. There's your logo without any background. Now, I don't know what you're doing with this other black square, and evidently we don't need that anymore. So that's how I would do it, and if you're going to engrave that and cut it out, it'll really work good, and it'll engrave good and cut out if that's what you wanted with the hairline, because that hairline is still there. This line really doesn't need to be there anymore. We can delete it because this has already taken the shape. Whoop. I must have inadvertently moved something. Yeah, I did. So let's move that out of the way. Let's take away that outline because you don't need it anymore, and just move that back. So now the only outline you have is a red outline, which is a hairline, and you can definitely cut that out, take that away. Anyway, I really hope that answered his problem or his question, and you could possibly bring this back in. Well, I changed my nudge distance to a different one, but put it to the back of the page. So that's a whole nother problem. But that logo will work, engrave good. And matter of fact, I think I'm going to send it to you in case you have difficulty doing it yourself. But try doing it yourself because it's a good little exercise. Anyway, I hope that helped a little bit. Thank you for watching.